Welcome children. In this class we are going to see the supplementary. The three questions. See the supplementary topic here. The three questions by the great author Leo Tolstoy. See the topic, the three questions. It's very simple, right? Three questions. So of course, you know that we are going to see some three questions in this list, supplementary story, right? See the author name Leo Tolstoy. Who is Leo Tolstoy? See, there are many books you can read. Okay, it will be very simple. When you are reading the Leo Tolstoy stories, it will be very easy to understand for the readers, right? So Leo Tolstoy, okay, the three questions. It's a story by the Russian author. Okay, he is a Russian author, Leo Tolstoy. That is Lev Nikolaevich Tolstoy. Okay, Lev Nikolaevich Tolstoy. His full name was this. So it was first published in the year 1885 as part of the collection What Men Live By and Other Things. Leo Tolstoy is one of the most popular Russian writers. He was a great philosopher and novelist. His writings were marked by a great faith in God and respect for moral values. The three questions, right? It's a value-based, intellectual and of practical importance. The story takes the form of a parable and it concerns a king. Who wants to find the answers to what he considers the three most important questions in life. So in this story, the three questions, we have the theme of wisdom, knowledge, awareness, kindness, forgiveness and acceptance. So in this story, we have the theme of what? Wisdom, knowledge, awareness, forgiveness, kindness, acceptance, like that. See, narrator, okay, in the story you could see that narrator in the third person by an unnamed narrator. The reader realizes after reading the story that Tolstoy may be exploring the theme of wisdom. See, now to start the story. See, there was a king. Okay, once there was a king. He once thought that he would never fail if he knew three questions. So, what are the three questions? The three things, okay, that is, he would never fail if he knew three things. If he knew three things. What is the first thing means? What are the right time was to begin something. What the right time was to begin something. This was the first thing. Second thing is, which people he should take advice from. Which people he should take advice from. The third thing is, how to decide what the most important thing to do was. So these were the three things which he wanted knew that he would never fail in his life. So, he sent a messenger throughout his kingdom. He promised to give a reward of a large sum to the person who answered these questions. He was sending this messenger to all throughout this wisdom. And also he is saying, okay, I'll give you the reward, okay, a great reward. Those who are answering for these questions. So what the people will do? The wise persons will arrive there, right, to answer the questions. So many wise men tried their luck. They gave a number of answers. In the reply to the first question, okay, can you remember what's the first question? What the right time was to begin something. Okay, that is, if you want to begin something, If you want to start something, what was the right time to start? So this was the first question, right? So to this first question, okay, so in the reply of the first question, one said that the king should go by a timetable. Timetable means you want to write the number of days and what all the works you want to do. So you want to allot a timetable. So by that he could do. Okay, so it was one person said this. Another person, okay, another said that the king should do whatever seemed to be necessary at that moment. At the moment. That is, what is that? At that moment, what you are thinking to do that. So like that second person, one person, okay, another person was saying. The third, okay, suggested that the king should consult a wise man or magicians. A wise man, consulting a wise man, okay. Why magicians? See, one must know beforehand. What was the first question? What was the right time to begin something? So for that he is saying, what he is saying, the third person. Okay, one must know. Okay, one must know beforehand what was going to happen. What was going to happen, one must know before. So it is only the magicians who know that, right? So and therefore in order to know the right time, so you want to consult the magician. For every action you want to consult, one must consult the magician. Like that, another person was suggesting. So this was the first question, right? The various answers the king got. So what's the second question? Which people, okay, which people he should take advice from? Which people he should take advice from? So equally, various were the answer to the second question. Some wise men said that king should listen to his counselors. Counselors, who is called counselors? The person who advises, they are called counselors, right? So they should, okay, the king should listen to the counselors. A priest, you know that, right? In a church, the priest will be there, right? The person who give a good thoughts like that. Priest, doctors, and even and also as soldiers. So what was one person saying for the second question? For the second question, that is which people he should take advice from. So he is saying you can take advice, okay? You can ask you can ask doctors, priests, counselors, soldiers. So this was the second answer, okay? For the second question, he got this answer. So what was the third question? How to decide what the most important thing to do was. How to decide what the most important thing to do was, right? So for his third question, some said science and religious worships. Science and also the religious worship should be highest priority. So all the answers were different. He got the answer for 3 questions. The persons who said the answer for 3 questions, all the answers were different. However, the king wasn't satisfied, okay? He was not satisfied with any suggestions. And of course, he gave no rewards to none of them. But still, he is wishing to find answers for his questions. So what can he do? Oh, he sought after the advice of a hermit. Hermit, H-E-R-M-I-T, hermit. Who is called hermit? A person who lives alone. A person who lives alone and apart from the rest of the society, especially for religious reasons. In Tamil, we can say hermit is called as Turavi. Right, that is the hermit. Okay, the person who lives all alone. Okay, apart from the society, especially for religious reasons. He is known as hermit. So he sought the advice of a hermit, renowned for his wisdom. Renowned, that is a famous, well known for his wisdom, right? So what the hermit, usually you just think the king, okay? The king, who is called a king? A great, okay, the king who will rule that place, who will rule that area, alright? The king will always be very special, right? He will not go anywhere. All the persons will come to him and they will ask the help. The king will give money, like that, right? See here, the king need answers. So he decided to ask advice. So first what he did, he sent message throughout his kingdom. So many wise persons came and they said the answers, but he was not satisfied. So now he decided to get advice from the hermit. So hermit, I already told, the person who lives alone. That is, he will not live in that place. He will live alone. For example, he lives in the woods. That is, in a forest he live. Apart from the society, okay, he will not mingle with the society, called hermit. So king means what he will do? He will order, okay, to bring that hermit to this palace, right? See, but here what the king is doing now, he is going there. That is, the hermit lived in a woods. So the king visited him. So okay, king went there and he visited him. And one more special thing now, he didn't visit with this a very good clothes. See how the king's clothes will be. It will be very costly and some okay golden ornaments. Okay, he would wear, right. But he didn't go there like a king. He wore a simple clothes. Okay, he went to the hermit. He visited him in a simple clothes, and even though he left behind the bodyguards, because king, how the king will be, if he goes anywhere or if he sits in the one place, also two bodyguards will be there, one in left side and another right side, right? But here he left the bodyguards, okay, left behind the bodyguards, and even the horse, the king will go often in the horse, right? He left everything. The hermit, I told, no, he lives in a wood. So now he was living in a hut. So, and what he was doing now, when king went there, he was digging the ground. Seeing the king, he greeted and he went on digging. That is, he went on working. The hermit was frail and weak. That is, he was weak. He was looking very pale. His face was looking pale. That's called the frail. So he was frail and weak. Each time he stuck his spade, right? Each time he stuck his spade into ground, when he took a little earth now, he breathed heavily, as he was very weak and old, right? So the king went up, okay, the king went up to him and asked the three questions. He's saying, yes, hermit, okay, I came for help for you. I came here to get a help from you. I need the answers for three questions. Like that, he was asking the three questions. What was the three questions? Once again, you can look at the board here. First question is, how can I learn to do the right thing at the right time? Right? How can I learn to do the right thing at the right time? Second question, who are the people I most need? Who are the people I most need, and to whom should I pay more attention than to the rest? And to whom should I pay more attention than to the rest? The final question, third question, what are the most important and need, okay, what are the most important thing to do? So this was the three question which was asked by the king. Okay, he asked the three questions to the hermit. Okay, so the hermit listened the king, but he answered nothing. So as he was weak, right, so the king started digging for him. When he had dug two bits, the king stopped and asked again to the hermit, but didn't receive any reply. Receive any reply. Again, okay, so what he did again, he was working, right? The king asked again after an hour. After an hour, he was asking. So before that, the hermit said, okay, you are tired. You just go. I will continue the work. So after 1 hour, the king asked again after an hour. To which hermit answered. Okay, for this what hermit answered? No. The king, first of all, the king got angry for the third time. To get the answers, I came here. If you are not saying anything, why I want to be here? Like that, he was just angered. So in asking for the third time, the hermit answered that someone was coming. Someone was coming. Let us see who it is. When he was saying somebody was going behind him. So he's saying somebody was coming. Let us see who is it. The both of them were going. Who is there? Because only two characters we are seeing. The king and the hermit. Then who is that? Who are those running there? Why he said like that? Right. So that we continue the next video. Okay. I hope, okay, this is a very simple story from this. Okay, see the three questions. The three questions are very important for our life. Right. So that was explained in this story. So remaining we can continue in the next part. Okay, thank you all of you.